the whole point of history is the advance of the gospel of the kingdom in the world. And God works through nations. Nations are critical to God's kingdom plan. And so consequently, every leader who is brought to power or who is raised up to power in a nation is there to serve the purposes of God. And that will happen either by the intentional will of God or the permissive will of God. That and that alone is the sense in which Donald Trump is chosen. Hillary Clinton might have been chosen. Joe Biden might be chosen. That does not necessarily mean that God especially favors these people, but that these are being raised up for the particular purpose that God is accomplishing at that point in history. There are two aspects to the will of God, the permissive will of God and the intentional will of God.
Okay.
There are times when God will permit evil leadership to rise up as a consequence of judging a nation. For example, the anti-Semitism that was characterized by the Nazis, that philosophy had picked up immense speed in the 19th century. We talk about this in God and Churchill. We trace it, how that philosophy came into Europe big time, Western Europe, big time in the 19th century, and how that built and built and built. It resulted in the pogroms in Russia. It resulted, of course, in the Holocaust in Germany. But God visited those cultures with judgment, and Adolf Hitler was the arm of that judgment. It was tragic. So he rose up by the permissive will of God. But then God will follow with an intentional choice who will bring great blessing on a nation. So which is Trump? I'll let the reader of my book judge that. But nevertheless, God is still in charge of history. That's the point.